Now, ladies and gentlemen, for our final one-on-one guest, I'd like to introduce on stage the new CEO of Thai Airways. It's Eamsiri.
Morning.
Hey, good morning. Take a seat. Almost 1 month in to your new job as CEO. How's it been so far?
Nothing changed much because I'm used to be the CFO for more than 2 years since we entered into a rehabilitation plan, and at the same time, COVID at end of 20, beginning of 20. Yes.
Yeah, one thing you referenced is the restructuring that Thai Airways has gone through. It's under a rehabilitation plan at the moment.
Yes.
So that's going to have a big bearing on your focus as CEO. What are the kind of vision and strategy that you have and targets and priorities as CEO? What are the things that you've laid out, the things you want to achieve?
I want to take it back a little bit on 2 years, last 2 years. The last 2 years, the stage that we running by survival mode, because at that time we have a lot of problems, cash flow, and we also enter into a rehabilitation plan, and traffic's gone down to almost zero at that time. We running out of cash, then we do every means to make company survive. 2 years pass, now we come back, the markets come back, Thai Airways come back, so we have to run the company in different mode. We call it revival mode. We come back with stronger financial statement and our stronger operation, and at the same time we have a new structure of the company, new people, new process. That's my short-term vision for at least 1-2 years, that bring back the confidence to our stakeholders, i.e. creators. That's the most important. The second is also the customer. Yes.
What has COVID meant for the airline and how you're thinking about moving forward? I mean, where are you at in terms of the recovery, and how do you see yourself pushing forward?
Yeah. Recently, the last year is all, we have a chance to prove ourselves last 2 years. Right now, we come back about 65% of the pre-pandemic in terms of capacity. But in terms of the capacity is 65%, but in terms of number of aircraft, I think we are more efficient to produce the capacity per aircraft and per head count of the people. Yes.
And how long do you think it would take for you to get to 100% of pre-COVID capacity?
According to our plan, within 2025, we back about 90%. It doesn't mean that we have to go, because Thai Airways in the past, we are the medium-sized airline. We are international medium-sized airline. But for 25, we think we come back to 90% of pre-pandemic. We rather focusing on quality rather than quantity, because quality revenue, let's say, because we must be really cautious and be careful when we choosing whether we choosing the right market and the right network to put our asset to generate the revenue. Recently the China open, and we see some market that did not generate good revenue or a good yield, then we move our asset quite fast to feedback or to generate the revenue from our asset more than what we have in the other market. Yes.
So it sounds like some of the routes that you would typically fly pre-COVID, they're not going to come back purely because they just simply don't make money. They don't make sense, and you want to have the right aircraft on the right routes, basically.
Yeah.
How excited are you by the reopening of North Asia and particular China? What are you seeing in demand? You may be putting on routes. I'd love to hear how many more flights you're going to be putting on to China now that it's reopened, and what are you seeing in terms of the quality of the bookings as well? Are you seeing a high level of forward bookings?
In the past, we flew 7 cities in China. Right now, we fly 5 cities in China, but in terms of frequency, it's uncomparable. Today, we fly only 3 flights per week. 3 flights per week. Then next month, 1st of March, we will go back, open not new routes, same city, but increase the capacity, increase the frequency to 14 flights per week. China always be our second biggest country in terms of the capacity that we used to put our flight. The first one is Japan, the second is China. So we saw our advance booking for after March and April, very promising. 80% already from the 1st of March. And Thailand or Bangkok are among the first of the list. When China opened, Bangkok is the first choice among the first choice for Chinese to travel out. Maybe that's the luck for Thailand.
And are you very happy with that? You talk about the planes being 70-80% full next month and the month after.
Yes.
Are you happy with the quality of the airfares that are being generated?
Of course, I think most of the airline, our colleagues, very happy on the yields that everybody complains. Not only China, everybody complains about the airfare, very high airfare during the last month or two. But everybody have the same problem. We are the opportunistic, but our cost was gone up. Fuel, overhead costs, labor costs, logistic costs, every cost was gone up. And then we have no choice.
How long do you expect higher airfares to remain at elevated levels? I mean, clearly, there's a supply element to that, and we don't see every airline back at 100%, and it's going to take some time. Do you think it's going to take like a year or more for airfares to get back to more reasonable levels? I mean, because there's still demand out there, clearly.
Yeah. I think we are in the same industry. You know that we have a lot of big problem on the supply chain disruption. We have a big complaints on our passenger or our customer that the aircraft condition was quite run down because we couldn't find the OEM to repair the aircraft interior or the cosmetic items. That's the first thing. Second thing is European countries. I think you are facing very high inflation and also the high energy costs. For Thai Airways, our capacity from Europe represent about 35% of our capacity. That means we have who are our competitors from European routes? Of course, the European carrier, and of course, it's a Middle East carrier. But for the European carrier, I think they still have to fight with their own problems: high inflation, labor force, think the high fare will be remain at least for this year to cleaning the house first. Then the new capacity will come up the year after. Yes.
And hopefully that will kind of cool down the elevated airfare levels. How do you see Thai Airways in the next 5 to 10 years? You have this vision, this Bangkok hub. Tell the audience about what you're looking at in the next 5 to 10 years and how that revolves around Bangkok.
Maybe Thailand, Bangkok, and Thai Airways, like it or not, we cannot be separate. Luckily, Thai Airways have a home base in Bangkok. Bangkok is a perfect destination for the tourists, for the business passenger. In the 5 years times, because my term is 4 years, but my first target, right now we are ranking 40s in terms of the airline from the Skytrax surveys. My target within 4 or 5 years, bring back to top 10 airlines and to be the first, among the first choice carrier for our passengers. And we have to changing the perception of old Thai Airways. That's my first priority. Bring confidence to the passengers, to the stakeholders, and bring old Thai Airways back. That's my wish list.
In many ways, bringing back the old Thai Airways, surely you want to be looking forward, and maybe the past is not always the best way to look forward because of the issues that may have cropped up in the past. I mean, in terms of looking back, I mean, is there a sense of nostalgia?
The bring back Thai Airways, that means the outcome of the 10 years, 15 years. But how we can do it internally is different. Right now, we have, in the past, we have 30,000 workforce in the company. But after pandemic and after rehabilitation plan, we cut down to 15,000, by half of the workforce. That means we cannot work same as before. We have to change the way we doing business internally, reprocessing, lean processing. According to our vision and mission, we have so many pillars. For example, cost competitiveness. And we also have a customer-centric. How we can balancing. We have to look after our balance sheet or financial statement too. But those financial statements cannot be affect the customer-centric. This is how we can balancing these two pillars. Yes.
And then the vision for Bangkok then. Bangkok is such an attractive destination. Everyone wants to go there. I mean, I try to go there like at least 3 or 4 times a year. What do you see as the vision for Bangkok and how you can really push forward as an airline?
Bangkok is, of course, is a first choice of destination. The first thing I like to mention is the collaboration between the airline and airport. Airport, Bangkok Airport, Bangkok International Airport, Suvarnabhumi Airport. Right now, they have some bottleneck at the airport, at the terminal. How we can work together to utilizing or maximizing capacity of the airport. They will opening the new midfield concourse, but actually it's not terminal. It's just boarding gate. How we can maximize it? One of my ideas is to bring star member and Thai Airways in the same roof, same concourse, so it will make the minimum connecting time shorter and utilizing asset more efficient, and also for the airport operator, it will helping them to reducing the activities in the apron then it will be better for everybody to utilizing the limited asset that we have.
Sounds like you're ready to challenge your rivals. So is the airport ready to challenge other regional hubs. I look forward to that fight. I'm sure consumers will benefit as a result.
Yep.
Chai Eamsiri, thank you very much indeed. We've run out of time. Ladies and gentlemen, Chai Eamsiri.
Good.
I'm going to bring everyone back to stage, so